Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Congresswoman, Happy New Year, and great to have you here. First, let's start off, before we start talking about the House, I'd love to hear your reaction to Bob's report on the lead up to the 2024 race and your thoughts. Do you agree with former Senator Santorum? Anything can happen?
Well, certainly, he shocked everyone with his sweater vest and won Iowa, and he's a great guy and a strong conservative. So, yeah, I'll always remember the sweater. Whenever I think of a sweater vest, I think of him or Governor Glenn Youngkin with his little fleece vest that he wore to win the Virginia governorship a couple of years back. But I do think Donald Trump has a commanding lead, and I think that it is because no one really in the field has the charisma and the name ID that President Trump has. All great candidates, I might add. We have a wonderful field of really good people. I know all of them. They're all terrific. The ones that I've had the time to spend quality time with. That is Governor Ron DeSantis, excellent. And Nikki Haley, excellent. I even know Vivek Ramaswamy from his books and his speeches, and we have good candidates. The thing is, Trump is hard. It's hard to count him out at this point, and the Democrats are doing everything they can to destroy him and undermine our democracy, as they love to call it, even though we're a constitutional republic. I just see I would not be surprised if President Trump breaks out and actually wins Iowa and all the way down the line, because he has got to be the toughest person that I've ever met. I mean, he just hangs in there no matter what they do to him, no matter what they throw at him, no matter how ridiculous it is. And I see him prevailing and ultimately being our nominee. At this point, I could be wrong, but we will see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always wondered how he keeps going. The average person, I'm not trying to kiss up to him. He's taken a lot.
Oh, my gosh.
He is taking a beating, and he still shows up each and every day. So let's switch gears here, though, Congresswoman. I know you wanted to talk about the possibility of a GOP-controlled Senate here. As for the lower chamber, though, you've also talked about the possibility of Democrats taking over the House without an election process before November. Gerrymandering being the case here. Let's talk about it.
Well, actually, there are two things. First of all, there's the gerrymandering issue. New York actually used and complied with what the voters wanted them to do. In 2014, they passed a law that said, this is a 2-to-1 Democratic state, by the way, which passed a constitutional amendment by a substantial majority. We don't want the partisan Democrats in Albany deciding what redistricting is going to be. We want it to go to an independent commission. And there it went. They were stalemated. And the justices actually ended up appointing a special master where we actually had competitive lines. That's language right out of the New York statute. And so now the Democrats want to take back the majority in the House of Representatives through New York, where they have one-party rule, and they can change the rules, and that they did. They bullied out the Chief Justice that sided with fair lines and put in place a judge that ultimately overturned the lines, as they hoped and expected he would do. And remember, it's important to know, I'm a lawyer, but this guy is a judge, the judge of the New York Court of Appeals, the highest court, who decided in a case to give habeas corpus rights to an elephant at the Bronx Zoo. Look, I love elephants, especially as a Republican, but giving habeas corpus rights to an elephant is not in our Constitution. So this is the length the Democrats will go to. On the second issue, as you know, we have a very narrow majority. Kevin McCarthy's last day was December 31st. We have a couple of other retirements coming, and we could very well, if there are premature people retire or leave before the end of the year, we could very well lose the majority, and that would be a disaster. So I just want to caution everyone. Let's hope that all those Republicans who have announced their retirement decide to stay to the end of the year after elections in November.
All right. Well, hopefully they are watching and listening to you, Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Thanks so much.